Hello! It is getting quite cold in the autumn now, so why don't we brew ourselves a cold brew? Recently, James Hoffman released a video about cold brews, and I won't dive too deep into this topic. I haven't had much experience with cold brews, but he raised several questions that are worth talking about, one of which is the coffee waste aspect. So you want cold brews to have a high extraction yield, otherwise it will waste a lot of coffee. There's also the issue with the brewing duration, so it has a pretty long duration of the brew. And in terms of the flavors and tasting, there's also that muddiness that comes from the immersion brewing. So I thought, what if you just do cold brew with percolation? And with something like V60, I think that it's harder to brew it because it is harder to control the flow rate and the brew duration. However, if you do it with an Aeropress, you can pretty much control the flow rate as well as the duration of the brew. So today I'm going to ask the question: can you do a cold brew with a high extraction yield and also short brew time with the puck percolation Aeropress method? Because it is 6 p.m. I will not be drinking usual coffee. I'm gonna use some delicious decaf. These are the Colombia beans. It is decaffeinated with the sugarcane process. I drank a lot of this decaf, so I have some experience with the flavor profile of these beans. So yeah, we're going to try to do the puck percolation Aeropress method with these beans and try to brew our cold brew. And we will estimate the extraction yield with the Brix refractometer later. Yeah, so we have 17 grams here, and I'm going to grind at 3.5 on ZP6 Special, so it's medium to medium fine grind setting. So my plan is pretty simple. I'm gonna use 17 grams of coffee and 250 grams of water. So the output should be around 230 grams of brew. Now let's assemble our Aeropress. Bottom paper filter, as usual. It's 16.9 grams of coffee, it's fine. I'm gonna add my top paper filter on top and push it down to tamp our coffee. Pull this plunger out really carefully. And let's adjust our paper filter. Now, I expect the extraction yield to be pretty high, like 18 to 19%, but we will see. The reasoning is that there's a lot of water that goes through the pucks, so the extraction will be pretty efficient. Well, why don't we just push all of our waters in 2 minutes? I think that will be better in terms of the practical approach. So yeah, I'm gonna add all of the water and I'm going to drain it in 2 minutes. Oh, it is already draining, so I'm gonna seal it to stop the dripping. Let's push it slowly. Oh, by the way, it is room temperature water. You also use the filter paper, so the issue with the muddiness of the cup can be solved this way. The coffee bed itself is a really good filtration system, so yeah. Okay, I think that this might be too slow because it's already 1 minute. Oh, I've turned off my scale, so that's a problem. Thankfully, I have another cup that is practically identical to this cup, so I can weight it. The liquid on top is getting clearer because of the reflection. You can't really see it, but let's try to. Yeah, it's already 2 minutes, so let's make it quicker, I think. Maybe I shouldn't be this gentle to it. Maybe I should push harder. I don't know. It's getting clearer and clearer on top. Yeah, I'm gonna stop the video and I'm going to take some photos, I think. For the thumbnail, of course. Oh, it is very cool to see the layers. Before we taste, let's quickly measure the output. We have our identical cup right here. 227 0.5 grams. So the math checks out, I think. Let's stir it up and taste. It looks pretty clear, so I think that the extraction is not that high, but we'll see. Let's see. Cheers. It's pretty low on the acidity front, but there is acidity. There is also this really gentle sweetness in it. For some reasons, there are also these kind of carbonated water qualities. Oh, this is interesting. Like mineral water qualities. It's as if the carbon dioxide that was in the grounds dissolved into the water and make it more carbonated taste. I'm pretty shocked. There's almost no astringency and bitterness here. It is pretty watery. You can see it by the color and as well as by the taste. But I'm really interested to estimate the TDS and extraction yield. But I'd say I would drink this any time of the day. It's pretty good. I should say that I can't really taste the apples in here. That is here in the description. In terms of the aromas, it is not that strong actually. It is pretty hard to discern the aromas in this. Maybe because the extraction is not that high. But okay, let's take another sip and then we will estimate the TDS. And then we'll continue our discussion. This is good. So our bricks readings says that it's 1.2 bricks, which is roughly 1% TDS, which means that the extraction yield here is quite low. It's 13.7% extraction yield, which means that in theory, you can push out more water here to get more solubles, which is what I'm gonna do. I will see how much more can we extract from just pushing more water into the puck. So using 325 grams of water, we get ourselves 16% extraction yield, which is not that high. And because of the high amount of the water, the TDS is pretty low. So now the question is that, what if we grind finer? What if we can increase our extraction yield by grinding finer, and with finer grind setting we can get a pretty efficient percolation and extraction yield? So yeah, let's try to do this, shall we? So another thing that I want to point out is that I think that I'm gonna increase the brewing duration to around 3 minutes, and hopefully we'll get some tasty result. Let's do 1.5 on ZP6 Special. Another 17 grams of coffee. This is my 4th cup of coffee today, so yeah, I hope that it won't be too rough to my stomach. 17.1, 17.0. Okay. Oh, it's an ideal puck. It's an ideal puck. Almost ideal puck, yeah. We'll do another 250 grams of water. It's actually a little bit more than I wanted. I've added excess 2 grams of water, but it should be fine. You can see that there's no dripping here because the grind size is this. Oh, here's the first dripping, I believe. Let's start our timer right now and let's try to push it in 3 minutes. You can already see that the liquid that is coming out is darker than when we ground at 3.5. Almost 2 minutes already and the liquid is still dark. I think that we're onto something, yeah. Oh, I've turned off the weights once again. Oh my god. I believe that we're on the minute 3 mark already. So I lied to you. I didn't use the timer. I'm just looking at the video duration and trying to do the maths. Not a great idea. Not a great idea. Okay, so let's increase our flow rate to end the brew at 4 minutes mark. 231, so yeah, just a little bit more liquid. Let's see. The layer is pretty interesting here, but we will destroy this layer and mix it all up. Oh, the liquid is much darker. Look at this. It's definitely much darker. Cheers. Yeah, okay. I'm telling you, there's some carbonated quality in this that is very strange to me. But the brew itself has more body in it, the acidity is more bright, and the sweetness is still this really gentle sweetness in it. I don't know what is happening with my taste buds, but I can feel this strange carbonated water quality in it. It kind of tingles my tongue a little bit. But the aroma is pretty nice actually. The previous brew was a little bit on the weaker side. The aromas weren't that distinct or present. Here I can say that there is some aromas in here. It's just that I'm not that good at describing what I'm tasting. So yeah, I'm trying my best. So apologies, but I like this brew. And yeah, I would drink this. Once again. So yeah, let's measure the bricks and hope that we've extracted a lot of stuff from the coffee and did not waste the coffee grounds. So our bricks value is at 1.5, so that means that our brew has approximately 1.2, 1.3% TDS, which is pretty good for this kind of brew. And this translates to 17% extraction yield, so yeah, I think that it is pretty nice. The bitterness is non-existent, the astringency is non-existent. Yes, 20 to 21% extraction yield is great in the context of coffee waste, so less coffee gets wasted. But in terms of flavors, after I brought my bricks reflectometer, what I've noticed is that I really like lower extraction yield, around 17% to 19% extraction, sometimes up to 20% extraction yield. So yeah, 17.3% extraction yield is good enough for me to recommend this to people. Can you get even higher extraction yield? Maybe if you extended the duration of the brew, maybe if you grind it even finer, but even so, I think that getting this much extraction in around 4 to 5 minutes with room temperature water is pretty impressive on its own. So yeah, let me know in the comments, what do you think of this coffee experiment? Will you try it? And if you try it, then how was it? Was it good? Was it not up to your standards? Let me know all of it in the comments. And if you liked the video, like and subscribe and share it with your fellow coffee enthusiasts. Thank you for watching and hope you have a nice day. Oh, and also look at this puck. The extraction was pretty uniform, I believe. I can't say if there's any like visible dark spots, which is indicative of channeling. Well, it's not always channeling, but yeah, it is pretty interesting to see that the extraction was pretty uniform. There's no obvious dark spots on the paper filter as well. Yeah, I'm really happy with how it went. Maybe I'll return to this style of brewing in the summer, or maybe when I just want to taste something different than what I usually do.